Hey guys, there has been an overwhelming response to Jenna Marbles' latest video, things she doesn't understand about girls, slut edition. I don't even feel right saying that word, by the way, but there are things I want to defend her a little bit on, and other things that, girl, we need to talk. On one hand, I feel like maybe someone pissed her off and she was just kind of venting. I feel like maybe somebody tried to sleep with Max and she got pissed off and decided to make a video about sluts. That's what I feel. There's something down there. There's something in there that makes me go, somebody pissed her off. Because she doesn't seem like the catty, hateful kind of person. Haven't yet heard her talk about fat people, and so I don't think she meant to be nasty and hateful. I think somebody pissed her off. That's what I think. And when people piss us off, we go off, and an internet video is the perfect place to do that. But I will say she didn't name anybody. She didn't do that. So, now, Jenna, we need to have a talk, girl. I know the girls you're talking about in the club. The ones that are so sloppy drunk that they're gonna get violated. You just know it. And this is not blaming the victim. I don't think Jenna was blaming the victim. I think she's saying, take responsibility for yourself to the best way, to the best ability that you can. That way you're more alert if someone does try to hurt you and you can protect yourself. I'm never going to say that someone who gets violated is asking for it, ever. However, it's not a good idea to be in such a vulnerable state with nobody around to protect you. Other friends. Me and my friends usually take a guy friend with us just in case we get drunker than we meant to. And somebody tries to do something stupid. And my guy friends are huge. So, yeah. But Jenna, I'd be careful about making it sound like you blame the girl if she gets raped. I don't think you do. So I want to make that very clear. I think a lot of people have blown what you said out of proportion. I think you're just venting. We've all done it. Everybody who's getting mad at you has probably said the same thing at some point in their life. The behaviors you talk about, very risky. But to each their own, girl. I don't feel like it's the right thing to do to call another girl a slut, because when we do it, it perpetuates stereotypes, and it makes it okay for a man to call us a slut or treat us like a slut. So what if a girl has a lot of sex? Not so smart if it's with a bunch of different people. But hey, that's her. So I used to be a slut when I was younger. And on that note, knowing what is in your mind at the time, a lot of the times a girl who is a slut, the way you say, most of the time there's a lot of deep-seated issues there. Daddy issues, body issues. Sometimes they've been in abusive relationships and they're just looking for some kind of validation. And I don't think that makes them bad. And some of them just like sex. I had kind of all of it when I was a teenager. So, like, I get it. I get it. I get where they're coming from because I've been there. You know? And some of them may have been raped at some point. That you tend to, when you've been raped, you tend to think that maybe that's all you're good for, or you become scared to say no to someone, like, ever, even when that person doesn't even seem like a threat. You're just afraid to tell anybody no because you're afraid that it'll happen again. So there's a lot of reasons why somebody might be a slut, Jenna, so let's not generalize. You seem like a pretty accepting person. Actually, you're kind of an inspiration to me. You're an inspiration to me health-wise. You're an inspiration to me just the way you're so open about yourself and the way you're so strong in what you have to say. That's okay. So everybody out there giving her crap, you know what? It's her opinion. She can say what she wants. Again, totally think she was just venting. I think somebody probably tried to sleep with Max and she got pissed off and made a video about it. So, Jenna, I got your back, girl. But I'd say if I was sitting here in front of you when you made the video, I might have told you not to upload that. That might have been one that I'd have said, you know, you should probably just keep that for yourself. Or delete it. You know, I've made videos that probably would have pissed some people off, or started to post things on Facebook or whatever that would probably piss somebody off. And I usually don't care about pissing people off, but there's a few topics that you got to be careful with. So, like, you have totally the right to vent and say what you want. So I back you up on that. But I might have said, hey, Jenna, you probably shouldn't upload that. At least not with some of the words in there. And yes, I have to agree. The girl you said thinks that because it was in the butt, it doesn't count. That's a little bit stupid. But hey, if she likes it, that's fine. But she should probably be honest with herself about it. I have heard people I used to work with say things like, every girl's a slut, it's just a matter of who's honest about it. And I think that's disgusting. It was a man saying it, and somebody I actually think is a decent person, but he said that and my view of him changed. And that's the kind of thing that us calling each other sluts makes a man think it's okay to say. And it's just not. It's just not. And also, we're adults here, Jenna. You and I are pretty close to the same age. We could actually have a conversation like this, and we're not taking it into a school and shaming some little girl. But we are, as adult women, we have the power to influence a younger generation. Even though neither of us have kids yet, you know, I know some younger girls that I choose what I talk about around them. And you are becoming quickly and have become a very popular internet star, and young girls watch your videos. So I think it's probably a good idea to set a better example with that particular topic, because that's something they might take to school and make fun of someone for it and make somebody feel terrible about that. And maybe that girl isn't even a slut. Maybe she just flirts with a lot of guys. That doesn't make somebody a slut. That makes you a flirt. Maybe a tease, but not a slut. They're not the same thing. So, just as adults, we have to be careful the things we put out there for young people to hear. That's my biggest issue with it. You know, like I said, if you and I were sitting in a room having this conversation, I could probably go off about it a little bit myself, but I wouldn't say it in a place that teenage girls would think, hey, I can say that too. Because we all have those conversations with our friends, and that's okay, you know. But you are setting an example whether you like it or not. So I would turn that one down just a little. Just a little. But I like you. I think you're awesome. I'm not going to stop watching your videos. It's Sexual Wednesday for you, so I'm actually just waiting for yours. So, I really hope that you've enjoyed this, and, I don't know. Jenny, you should totally leave me a comment. Yeah, I've left you a lot. But, later, chick.